Today we're going to show you how to use the brand new AI selection tools in both Lightroom and Photoshop. Hello and welcome to PHLEARN. My name is Aaron Nace, and today we're going to show you this brand new AI selection tool which will automatically identify different parts of your photo. For instance, the sky, the buildings, the ground, the trees, rivers, mountains, the ocean, all so that you can make your images stunning. This tool is available in Lightroom as well as in Photoshop, and in this video we're going to show you how to use both. And even if you have photos with people in them, you can still identify and work with different parts of your background as well as select your subject and make every single part of your image look amazing. We're starting out in Lightroom Classic, so we're going to move into our develop module right over here, and our selection tools are going to be in our masking dialog. So let's go ahead and open up our masking. And this is our brand new feature, landscape. So let's go ahead and click there. Now it's going to detect the landscape features in our image. And when it does, you can see we have a list. It's going to be different for every single image, but I can select my sky, the mountains, the architecture, the vegetation, the water, the natural ground. Every single different part of this image I can select. So this is a really powerful feature because I can create masks to work on all of these. So let's go ahead and have it select all of them. Why not? It's gonna do all this work for me. Might as well just go ahead and click on all these. And I wanna make sure I check this box to create 6 separate masks. I've never been able to do this before with Lightroom. So let's go ahead and hit create mask, and you're gonna see it makes all my different masks for me and it names everything, which is fantastic. All right, let's go ahead and start working on our sky. Now, editing those areas is really easy. Simply click on that mask, and then for instance, I'm gonna just bump my exposure up just a little bit to brighten up that sky. I want a little bit more saturation in my sky as well. So we're just gonna bring some saturation. There we go. And I want it to be a little bit more blue. I like to use this color temperature slider. There we go. Now you can simply click right over here where you have any of these masks. You can go to the right-hand side for this little eye and press and hold that to turn it off and on. And there we go. We're seeing the before and after with just that sky. Or you can go right up here and see all of your masks off and on. This looks really good. Let's go ahead and zoom out a little bit. And next we're going to move into our mountains. And as you can see, everything gets selected simply by clicking on it. Now, you can see there's an overlay on top of the mountains. If you don't want to see the overlay, just uncheck this icon. But I do want to see it for now. Once you start making your adjustments here, the overlay will disappear. Now, the mountains had some vegetation, so I want to kind of bring some green into those mountains, maybe a little bit of yellow into those mountains. This is looking really, really good. And I want to go ahead and increase my contrast there as well. All right. We're going to click on our architecture. Now, all this architecture is like really bright and very contrasty. I want to increase that a little bit more. We're just going to increase the contrast so this really becomes the focal area of our image. Now, I don't really need to do much here. This vegetation, we can see we have a lot of plants in here. They're not looking super, super green. So what we can do is actually go into where it says point color. I can grab this color and actually choose the color of my vegetation. And I can decide if I want to shift the hue. Look at that. I can actually make all those trees even more green. You can see I could pull them towards red if I wanted to, but I can make them even more green, which is amazing. And I can go over here and increase saturation. So I'm literally just choosing different parts of my image. The water looks good, but let's go ahead and increase the saturation of the water as well. And then we have our natural ground there, which we already selected with the mountains. We can go ahead and bring our exposure. There we go. Let's go ahead and bring our contrast up a little bit. And this looks absolutely amazing. So I'm able to edit all of these different parts of my image. Now, the cool thing is I can go back and change this at any time. Let's say I want to go back to my sky, okay? And I want to add even more contrast. All of the settings that I already used are still available. I can simply increase the exposure. I can increase the contrast. I can do all of this, and my image is perfectly editable at any time. So let's go ahead and go to the masks option up at the very top. You're going to see this eyeball. I'm going to click and hold. Here's our before and after. Now I was able to edit every single part of this image individually by creating all of these landscape masks. Let's do a full screen before and after so you can see just how powerful this effect really is. So we've seen just how powerful this tool is in Lightroom. Now we're going to show you how to use the exact same options with a person added to it in Photoshop. So here we are in Photoshop. By the way, you can download both of these sample images totally free. Just follow the link right down below so you can follow along. In Photoshop, what we're gonna do is, starting off with our background layer, what we wanna do first is convert this into a smart object. That's gonna let us edit this over and over again without destroying the original image. So we're gonna go to Layer, down here to Smart Objects, and we're gonna go to Convert to Smart Object. There we go. We can see we have a smart object icon and we are good to go. We're just gonna remove that prompt. So we have our smart object. Now it's time for our Camera RAW filter. Camera RAW filter is basically the exact same thing that we have in Lightroom, but built into Photoshop. So we're gonna go up here to Filter and then down here to Camera RAW filter. There we go. And it's gonna open up our image. You can see beautiful, exactly the same image. And we have what basically looks like Lightroom. So we're gonna go right over here to our masking, and yep, we have our new landscape tools. So we're gonna use our landscape tools, and we're also gonna use select subject as well. So in this case, we have our sky, we have our vegetation, and our natural ground. You can see my options are different because I have a different photograph. It's using AI to identify these selections. Let's go ahead and click on all of these areas. We're gonna just click on all those. We're gonna create 3 separate masks, and let's go ahead and click on create. Now we're just gonna zoom in a little bit so we can see what we're doing. And here we go. For the sky, literally all we have to do is adjust all the same settings that we had in Lightroom. In this case, what I wanna do is bring our color temperature. We're gonna come a little bit cooler, make it a more blue sky. There we go. We're gonna bring up our saturation just a little bit, and we're gonna go ahead and increase our contrast in that sky. Let's go ahead and zoom out. And just like in Lightroom, where we have this create new mask, you have an eyeball. You can just toggle the visibility off and on at any time. Next we have we're gonna go right to the natural ground. There we go. You can show your overlay just by clicking this off and on. And this time the ground I wanna make a little bit warmer in color. So we're gonna go right over here. I'm gonna increase our contrast again on the ground. But here where we have our color temperature, let's go ahead and make that a little bit warmer. And I'm gonna add a little bit of magenta into that ground as well. There we go. That's looking really, really nice. Fantastic. And then I even have this vegetation. I can click on that and I can do whatever I want with the vegetation. Let's increase the contrast of that. You can see that's actually those logs right behind our subject. I think that looks really, really good. And we can go ahead and work with our color temperature here as well. I think that looks fantastic. Now at this point, we're working with a person. So we're gonna go ahead and use the select person feature as well. Let's go ahead and create a new mask. We're gonna go down to where it says select people. And this time I can do the same thing, but with this person. In this case, mostly I wanna work on their clothing. So let's go ahead and select their clothes. Let's hit create here. And now with their clothes, I'm able to basically, if I wanna match the background, all I have to do is go to my color temperature, make this a little bit more cool. Look at this, I'm literally just adjusting the color of their clothing and I can make it match the background a little bit more. And we're gonna increase our contrast there as well. This looks absolutely stunning. We're gonna create a new mask. We're gonna go to select people. And this time I wanna do her face and we're gonna do her hair as well. Just kind of bring up the exposure of that a little bit of her face. There we go, fantastic, that looks great. And then I wanna shine a light behind our subject. So let's go ahead and create a new mask. We're gonna do a radial gradient. Let's click here and drag out from the center and then increase our exposure from that radial gradient. And then what we wanna do, because this mask, it's kind of covering everything, right? What we wanna do is just subtract and we're gonna go to select subject. So this is just gonna be behind our subject. There we go, we can see I can turn this off and on at any time. And I can go in here and adjust my exposure however I want it and our feathering as well. We would wanna make sure we go to our radial gradient right over there and adjust the feathering so it really just kind of looks like it's shining right from our subject. So here you can see I can turn this off and on and see we have a little bit of a glow behind our subject. The last thing I want to do, let's hit Control or Command minus a little bit. I want to create a vignette around the entire image. It's just going to draw more attention to my subject. So we're going to go here to our radial gradient. Let's click and drag from the inside out just like that. We're going to invert our radial gradient. And then we're just gonna go ahead and bring our exposure down just a little bit and look at that impact that we made with our photo. Let's go ahead and turn our masking off by going to our regular editing tools. This looks stunning. Let's go ahead and take a look at our before and after. If you wanna see the before and after in Adobe Camera RAW, simply click on this icon right here and you're gonna see our before and after photos. absolutely amazing. Now, all we have to do here is click on OK here in Adobe Camera RAW. It's gonna automatically update our image in Photoshop. Now, the coolest thing about this, because we made it a smart object first, you can see here in my layer, we have our smart object icon, and I have my smart filter and the camera raw filter. So I can simply double click on this camera raw filter. It's gonna bring back into Adobe Camera Raw, and then I can go into my masking and look at this. All of my masks are intact. So if I wanna go to my sky and I wanna go here and increase my contrast even more, I can do that. Simply hit OK, and it'll automatically update in my image. So all of these tools are available both in Lightroom and Adobe Camera Raw, which is built into Photoshop. Now, personally, I think these new AI selection tools are awesome. It's not the generative stuff that tries to make something on its own. It's actually identifying things in your photograph so that you have the complete power of editing. But I wanna know what you think. Let me know in a comment right down below. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give us a big thumbs up. And if you wanna learn more advanced Photoshop, photography, Lightroom, check out PHLEARN Pro. We have a special discount available for you. Simply click on your screen now to learn more. Thanks again, and I'll phlearn you later. Bye, everyone.